What if learning didn't have to feel slow, exhausting, or overwhelming? What if you could absorb information faster, remember it longer, and stay focused without forcing yourself through boring routines? Intelligence agencies like the CIA don't train their operatives with textbooks and flashcards alone. They rely on how the brain actually works under pressure, novelty, and repetition. Spies are expected to learn new languages, codes, and complex information rapidly, often in unpredictable environments. The good news is that these methods aren't magic or secret anymore. They're rooted in psychology and neuroscience, and you can use them too. This is how to speed learn like a CIA spy, but on easy mode. Step 1. Priming the brain before learning. The first principle is brain priming, and it's where most people completely miss the mark. CIA-style learning begins before the study session, because the brain doesn't absorb information well when it's tense, rushed, or overstimulated. Neuroscience shows that learning efficiency depends heavily on your nervous system state. When you're stressed, your brain shifts into survival mode, prioritizing threat detection over memory formation. But when you briefly calm the body through slow breathing, gentle movement, or steady ambient sound, your brain transitions into alpha and theta brainwave states. These are the same states observed during deep focus, creativity, and rapid learning. In this mode, your mind becomes open rather than resistant, ready to receive information instead of fighting it. What makes brain priming so powerful is that it removes the need to force concentration. Instead of pushing your attention, you signal relevance and safety to your brain. When the brain feels both alert and relaxed, it naturally flags incoming information as meaningful, which strengthens memory encoding at a neurological level. Research shows that information learned in this state is stored more efficiently and recalled more easily later. Over time, your brain begins to associate this calm, focused state with learning itself, making future sessions easier and faster to enter. That's why intelligence agencies emphasize preparation over effort, because when the brain is properly primed, learning stops feeling like work and starts feeling almost automatic. Before continuing, if you are a content creator or want to start making money on YouTube, check out Gia Media. They take care of everything for you, including scripting, editing, titles, and thumbnails. It's 16 videos per month for only $480. You just bring the idea, and they grow your channel for you. If you're interested, leave a comment and I'll send you the link. Step 2. Learning under controlled discomfort. Contrary to popular belief, silence and ideal conditions aren't necessary for effective learning, and in many cases they actually slow progress. Neuroscience research on state-dependent and context-variable learning shows that when the brain is exposed to mild, controlled distractions, it learns to prioritize relevant information more efficiently. Intelligence agencies train this way because the brain is not designed to perform only in perfect environments. It's designed to adapt. When you introduce low-level background noise, cafe sounds, or light interruptions, your prefrontal cortex is forced to strengthen its filtering system. This improves selective attention, the ability to lock onto what matters while ignoring what doesn't, a key skill for fast learners and high performers. At first, this method feels uncomfortable because your brain is being challenged instead of protected. But that discomfort is exactly what drives adaptation. Over time, neural networks responsible for focus become stronger and more flexible, making concentration less fragile. You stop relying on silence as a crutch and start carrying your focus with you wherever you are. This is why agents trained under variable conditions can recall information accurately under pressure. Your learning becomes resilient, portable, and far more useful in real life. Instead of needing the perfect setup, your brain learns to perform on command, and that dramatically increases both learning speed and long-term retention. Step 3. Memory anchors and mental mapping. Another powerful spy-level learning technique is anchoring information to physical and sensory cues, a method strongly supported by neuroscience. The human brain evolved to remember places, images, and sensations far more easily than abstract facts. That's why intelligence agencies rely on spatial memory systems like the memory palace. When you mentally place information inside familiar environments, your home, your route to work, specific rooms, or even objects you interact with daily, you activate the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory and navigation. This creates multiple neural pathways for recall. Instead of storing facts in isolation, your brain links them to locations it already knows extremely well, making retrieval faster and more reliable under pressure. Sensory anchors amplify this effect even further. Smells, sounds, and visuals trigger powerful associative memory because they bypass logical filtering and go straight into emotional and long-term memory circuits. A specific scent during study can later act as a recall trigger. A certain playlist, color, or visual image becomes a mental key that unlocks stored information instantly. This is why a single smell can suddenly bring back memories from years ago. When learning is tied to sensory cues, recall stops feeling like effort and starts feeling automatic. You're no longer forcing your brain to remember, you're allowing it to recognize information the moment the right cue appears. The real secret behind speed learning isn't effort, it's alignment with how the brain naturally works. CIA-style learning removes friction, reduces resistance, and turns your mind into an adaptive system instead of a strained one. By priming your brain, training focus under imperfect conditions, and anchoring information to strong memory cues, learning stops feeling heavy and starts feeling automatic. When you study this way, progress compounds quickly. You don't just learn faster, you learn smarter, calmer, and with far less burnout. That's easy mode. And once you experience it, you'll never want to go back to old school studying again.